Decode Conflict presents Afghanistan, the frozen conflict, a crossroads of empires. Afghanistan, landlocked, mountainous, and bordered by Pakistan, Iran, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and China, has stood at the crossroads of empires for millennia. Its rugged terrain and strategic location made it both a prize and a graveyard for invaders. Human settlement dates back to the Paleolithic era. Alexander the Great swept through in 330 BCE, followed by Mauryan, Greco, Bactrian, and Kushan dynasties. Islam arrived in the 7th century, ushering in Ghaznavid, Ghurid, and Mongol rule. The modern Afghan state took shape in 1747 under Ahmad Shah Durrani, who united Pashtun tribes into the Durrani Empire. Wars that shaped the nation. Britain's three invasions, 1839 to 1919, left scars. The first ended in humiliating retreat. The second imposed a puppet ruler. The third secured independence under King Amanullah Khan. A century later, the Soviet Union invaded in 1979 to prop up communists. 10 years of war left over 1 million Afghans dead, villages destroyed, and the Red Army beaten. Civil war followed, and by 1996, the Taliban seized Kabul, enforcing harsh Sharia law while sheltering Osama bin Laden. After September 11th, US forces toppled the Taliban in weeks, but they were not defeated, merely displaced. America's longest war followed, 2 decades of counterinsurgency and nation building that cost nearly $2 trillion. Despite overwhelming power, the Taliban endured. By summer 2021, faith in the Afghan government had collapsed. Local leaders struck secret deals with insurgents. When US forces withdrew in August, the state imploded from within and the Taliban walked into surrendered cities. The Taliban's return. Afghanistan today exists under the Islamic Emirate. Supreme leader Hibatullah Akhundzada rules a rigid theocracy. Women are banned from education beyond grade 6, barred from most jobs, and erased from public life. The economy has collapsed, GDP has halved, banks remain frozen, aid has dried up. More than 90% of Afghans live in poverty. Earthquakes and floods deepen the crisis, while no state has formally recognized the Taliban. Pakistan, China, and Qatar maintain ties, but legitimacy eludes Kabul. Terror and security risks. The security map is unstable. Al-Qaeda remnants remain embedded in Taliban networks, while ISIS-Khorasan has become the Emirates' fiercest rival. Its attacks, including the 2021 Kabul airport bombing that killed 170, echo far beyond Afghanistan, worrying Washington, Moscow, Beijing, and Tehran. Resistance groups have fizzled, while emigration continues. Over 100,000 Afghans have resettled in the US since 2021, a path forward. The war did not end in Taliban victory, it ended in abandonment. Afghanistan is neither at peace nor at war, but trapped as a frozen conflict, surviving, never secure, yet pathways forward remain. What Afghanistan needs is not renewed invasion, but strategic engagement. A Trump administration could lead diplomatic initiatives that tie recognition and aid to reforms, use leverage over Pakistan and Qatar to constrain extremism, and support political opposition capable of representing Afghans beyond the emirate. One powerful tool lies in Afghanistan's frozen reserves, nearly $7 billion in US banks and more in Europe. Released gradually, tied to benchmarks like counterterrorism cooperation, women's education, and inclusive governance, these assets could provide both incentive and deterrent without military return. The solution is not endless war, but conditional diplomacy. By leading a coalition that ties recognition and relief to reform, Washington could reshape Afghanistan's trajectory. Abandonment created the vacuum, engagement could begin to fill it. Decode Conflict concludes Afghanistan's mountains have outlasted superpowers. Whether it remains trapped in isolation or moves toward fragile stability depends on whether America chooses once again to lead, this time with leverage, not war. To stay ahead of global security trends and understand the forces shaping tomorrow's world, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell.